Further debate? The member for London West.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I rise today to bring the voices of London Muslim school children to this debate as a way of highlighting why legislation that legitimizes Islamophobic views, that gives a platform to someone who has described Islam as a threat to the Western world, as not just a religion but a hostile takeover, as a war machine, why that is so damaging, not just to our collective commitment to the Ontario Human Rights Code and the religious intolerance that it prohibits, but also to the families that we all represent. It has absolutely no place in public policy debates, and it must be condemned, as is set out in this motion. And, Speaker, the fact that this legislation was slipped in to a COVID recovery bill is especially disturbing. We are in the midst of a pandemic that has seen a significant rise in Islamophobic attacks, in large part because of fake news stories and comments that have been made by political leaders. Since the pandemic was declared, there have been 6 major incidents of violence at the Muslim Association of Canada's Masjid Toronto, and there was, of course, the hate-motivated murder of Mohammed Aslam Zafis in Etobicoke, fatally stabbed while ensuring compliance with COVID-19 health regulations. But I do want to share what children in London have said about the impact of Islamophobia on them. This is from an article that was a research project that was done by some organizations in my community: Vanier Children's Services, King's University College, the Muslim Resource Centre for Social Support and Integration, and the London Islamic School. And this is research to look at the experience of Muslim children and their lived experience with Islamophobia, because of the gap that exists in the literature about what the impact is. Children said, these are children in grades 6, 7, and 8, they said that everyone around them only thought of Muslims as terrorists. They said they're portrayed as, in most media, as terrorists and people you have to stay away from. They said we are portrayed as the villains of this world. They said that people are scared of, or like they're afraid of us being different. So they would automatically assume, you know, that we're different, we're bad, we're not good people. They said, I was at Victoria Park and then some guy came by and he started swearing at us, saying, you guys are horrible, get out of here, you suck. They said in a basketball game when we beat them and we wear hijabs, and one of the parents said, well, at least they didn't bomb us. Another one said, well, once we were driving, there was this one guy, and he started screaming at us, Muslims don't know how to drive, go back to your own country. Speaker, this demonstrates the devastating impact that Islamophobic attitudes have on children in London, on children across this province. And the participants in this research study also talked about what their faith means to them and how it feels when, despite everything that they know that is good about their faith, when people outside the community not only fear them but hate them, even though they are only children. The researchers say how challenging this must be as one navigates work, social and community relationships when you are never sure how you will be received and perceived. The study concludes that there must be a willingness and a concerted effort to speak out against the discrimination at all levels of society, from the school environment to the larger political arena. Today, this is the political arena that gives us an opportunity to do that, and I hope all members will vote in support of this Opposition Day motion. Thank you, Speaker.
For the debate, the member for Davenport.